Look, I think it's really interesting to start with where did it get weird? I mean, basically at the peak. So 2017 was my problem year, right? I mean, it was always hard, but this is when it got dialed up. And Benchmark was running a war room. They were an unspoken activist investor that was creating a once a week crisis, but without...
Against you?
Yeah, against me. Without speaking of it. Again, there's some things I don't know, but the best I can see is that they wanted liquidity and they felt like I wouldn't give it. We were already preparing for an IPO, but I didn't tell them that.
Why didn't you tell them that?
Because we wanted to sort of make sure we'd done the right thinking, got prepared so we could just say, we're going to do it. And here's how we're going to do it. And Bill Gurley's a bit of a catastrophist. It's always the end of the world. And so that forces you to do really weird things if you think the world is always going to end, including try to take me out.
Damn. Uber. Now, 4 hours a day, 6 months later, I actually learned how to code. He inspired me that much that I learned how to code. And then I went ahead and I built a bot. And unfortunately, that bot didn't do well because I didn't have a framework to follow. Now, these AI agents have that exact framework that they're following. And essentially, you know my story. I spent 10 G's on my first bot. I just deployed it. I thought just because I know how to code, I can be a billionaire. And that's just not true. You actually have to have ideas. I went straight live with the money, but that led me to a place that I'm 6 years in now and I have a framework that works for me and I can show you everything along the way. Essentially, the framework is this. It starts with an R. Research, come up with ideas, make a list of ideas. I gave these AI agents a huge list of ideas here. Okay, so this is the research. This is coming off of videos, books, papers, podcasts, ideas that I have. I'm not just saying, hey, AI, go think of ideas. Everybody's going to do that, right? And if everybody's going to do the same thing, it's the same thing as like why I can't just give you a trading bot to run. It's alpha decay. If everybody's going to do the same thing, you're all going to converge on the same bots and we're just going to take money from each other until they go to zero. But this framework that I'm teaching you here right now, and I'll give you all of the code to these AI agents here at the end, starts with R. It's research. Come up with ideas. Then back testing is the second step. It's RBI, research, back test, and we'll get to the I soon. Back testing kills all the ideas that don't work. A lot of people promote back testing as like, oh, look at this back test. It made 10,000% in the last year. You're going to be a billionaire if you turn this into a bot. I've been here long enough to know that is not true. Just because it worked in the past doesn't mean it's going to work in the future, but it's a good indicator. Hey, at least it works in the past. A lot of things don't work in the past, including that idea that I turned into a bot when I got started. Like, it didn't work in the past. I just didn't know about backtesting that well. I didn't know that you had to take a lot of shots and test a lot of things. So now you know, research, backtest, RB. This goes ahead and filters out all the trash. So if it worked in the past, it might work in the future. So this is the P&L curve here. You can see, like, for a back test, okay, it looks great in the past, but how's it going to look today and in the future? It might work in the future. The back test says it worked in the past, but the I part is incubate. Research, back test, and then incubate. There's no scale in your first bot. There's no $10,000 in your first bot. $10 size. And then I could just have this own simulated prop firm. Like, why would I use Proper? What's the point of that? As a US citizen, and maybe that's the point of it. I don't know. You tell me. Because if they're selling simulated accounts, I have all that data. I can sell the simulated accounts and run my own bots on those simulated accounts. What the helly? Sorry, dude. I'm a true entrepreneur, so I see this and I'm like, they're not even fucking They're not. It's not even a real. It's not a real exchange. So if it's simulated, why would I use somebody else's simulation when I could have the simulation and make it better for actual bots and APIs for built by someone who actually builds bots for Hyperliquid? You see what I'm saying? Props are just a Ponzi. Slightly, but slightly. It's a business model that I could see it. I can see the argument. I said that at the start too, until I started diving a little deeper into it. Can you check your Twitch? You just sit there and stare at the charts. Oh, that's trash. You're half right, and the half you were right about is the useful half, but it's not Hyperliquid. The real workaround is volume, not OI. Open interest is stale, volume is live, and the free CBOE file has both. Here is today's SPX chain, pulled just now. Near the money on today's expiry, volume is 7.1x the open interest. So a GEX built on OI alone is blind to about 85% of the flow that actually moved the market today. That is the flaw in the tool, and you sniffed it out. The fix is what paid vendors do and do not advertise. Start with yesterday's OI, then add today's volume with a stride guess. Trade printed at the ask means a customer bought. So dealer got shorter. Trade printed at the ask means a customer bought. That's right. Because they crossed the spread. Printed at the bid means the customer sold. The dealer had to get longer. Okay, this is actually fucking interesting, dude. Okay,